Let's sow it, grow it, and preserve it. Hey YouTube, hope everyone's doing well today. It's been a while, we haven't been making any videos, just a lot of stuff going on in our personal lives. But we wanted to show some of the vegetables we got out of our garden. This is about being self-reliant, preparedness, being prepared is being self-reliant. So we went out to the garden today. We picked a few things. We picked our potatoes. We picked them a little bit early this year. The reason being is we've had a lot of rain, and we went and dug a couple up, and we had some mushy, gushy, gooey, gunky stuff. So we decided to go ahead and pick out the rest of our potatoes, and we're getting ready for our fall crop coming up. So again, if you live in an area where you can have a garden, if you haven't put seeds in a pot yet, go ahead and well, it might be a little too late depending on what zone you live in, but I would go to a local nursery if I was you and find out what you can put in the ground, if you can still grow the seeds. If not, go to the local nursery and pick up some plants, and you might want to start thinking about putting them in the ground next month. Again, it all depends on what zone you live in. This isn't our first picking, the thumbnail for the video. We've had a whole bunch of green beans. Our green beans are pretty much done producing, so we're going to take those plants out of the ground, put them in our pile for our mulch for next year. We've done a lot of work in the garden this year, getting it prepared for next spring. We had 22 yards of wood chips dropped, and we're going to get another 22 yards dropped hopefully by the end of this month. And next year we're gonna have a really big growing area. I'm not the only person who has a prepping channel, and everybody's talking about it, but the price of everything's going up, and we see it every day. So I mean, everything from green beans, bell peppers, spaghetti squash, potatoes. I don't think it's hit full force, even remotely close. I foresee the prices going up quite a bit, and it's just a matter of time. So I think by September, October, we're going to start seeing some substantial price increases in our vegetables. Same thing with the meats. If you don't know what's going on, they're taking a lot of animals to the slaughterhouses because they can't feed them and they can't keep them cool, and they're dying out in the fields because they're not getting the water or shade that they need. So in a perfect world, our meat prices would start to go down a little bit, and then they would drastically go up because the inventory is going to be down because a lot of animals are being slaughtered early. So just food for thought. If you can do some backyard gardening, please try to do it. Anything, our potatoes, we pulled out of the ground early because of the rain, I said earlier, but you can get a big pot and you can grow potatoes. That's something you can think about doing next year. We probably have 20 pounds of potatoes. This is our first year. We've never grown potatoes. I talked to Andy from Lotus Urban Farming and Gardening, and some other people around here, some of my neighbors that have done quite a bit of gardening compared to what I've done, and we're super stoked about our potatoes. My jalapenos just starting to produce. Our bell peppers, it's coming into August is when they really start pumping them out. Our tomatoes aren't doing too well because they have blight. I've been cutting them back and trying to keep it at bay, but it is what it is. We'll have some decent tomatoes this year, but it's not going to be great. Anyway, I don't want to ramble. I just wanted to show some people that it's time to be self-reliant. Preparedness is self-reliance, and if I can do these things, you most certainly can go ahead and put a seed in the ground and grow something. It's really not that hard. You can grow cabbage in a 5-gallon bucket. Any of your borascas, I'm not even sure how they say the word, but you can do those. You can do broccoli. We had great broccoli this year that we've already harvested. We had great cabbages that we harvested this year. Our spaghetti squash is doing phenomenal. Zucchinis and cucumbers compared to last year, numbers are definitely down, but that's just part of gardening. You know, we're taking notes and we're learning. You know, start a journal when you're doing your gardening. That might help quite a bit. You know, anything you can do to be a little more self-reliant and save some money. You know, I'm done watching what the government says about, you know, well, we're not in a recession. Well, they don't go to work like the rest of us on this planet and don't obviously have to buy groceries like you and I do. So, again, so these things, we've already put a whole bunch in the freeze dryer. These potatoes, I'm going to get a couple ribeyes tonight and have some steak and potatoes because I can. And these are my potatoes out of my yard. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But the rest of them, we're going to process them down and we're going to put them in the freeze dryer so we have potatoes. And hopefully next year, you know, we'll quadruple this amount of potatoes. So anyway, I don't want to ramble too much. Thanks for taking the time for watching this video. Thanks for taking the time. If you found this video useful or if you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button. And for the people that watch my videos, I really appreciate it. It really motivates me to do stuff. Again, I apologize for not being out sooner with more videos, but things are crazy at work with them trying to terminate employees who haven't been stabbed. So anyway, y'all have an awesome day. Stay frosty and plug on. Be self-reliant. AV Prepping out.